The skies are gray out when I wake up. I check my phone for the time, thinking that it must be still early. But no, it's almost 10. It's the clouds that make it so dark. We're definitely in for a lot of snow today. It looks like it could be more than any of the previous storms. Sighing to myself, I get out of bed and get dressed without wasting any time. There's no way I'm going to be able to see Abigail today. Not with the weather as it is. I hope she won't wait up for me. It's frigid in the living room. I spent a while trying to fix the heater, but to no avail. I don't even know what's wrong with it. Tara must have had it pretty rough too. At least she could bundle up in blankets to keep warm. The door to her room is shut, so she's either gone or still asleep. I'm glad that things have improved between us. She seemed to have a change of heart or something, because a couple days ago she started making small talk again. Even our argument over the footage wasn't as explosive as it could have been. If it had happened 3 days prior, we probably wouldn't be on speaking terms at all anymore. I make myself a bowl of cereal and have a quiet breakfast alone. Although I've gotten used to not interacting with Tara much, there were still my visits with Abigail to look forward to. Now there's no telling how many days it'll be until the weather's cleared up enough for me to go to see her again. Hopefully it'll blow over quickly. It's already starting to snow a little. Just to pass the time, I move my laptop out into the living room and start an episode of a show I've been meaning to watch. I keep one headphone out so that I'll be able to hear if Tara leaves her room. She never does. After 2 episodes, I get up and knock on her door. Unsurprisingly, there's no answer. I take a quick peek inside. Empty. She must be at Morgan's again. At this point, it's pretty obvious that they're more than friends. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's none of my business, of course. They're both adults and can do whatever they want, but I can't help being a little envious. It's been more than a year since I've been on a date. Things ended sort of messily with my last girlfriend, and since then I haven't really been looking. Working on the show kept me busy enough. Still, it wasn't that I was trying to avoid meeting anyone new. It just didn't happen. I'm not like Tara. I can't talk to strangers and carry on a conversation straight away. Business stuff? Sure. Small talk? No way. I've always been a bit jealous of that. So, seeing how quickly and how naturally Morgan and Tara ended up together feels like a painful reminder of my own social inadequacies. I guess there's an expiration date on their relationship, whatever it may be, though. It's hard to believe that we're already halfway through our trip in Eysenfeld. It occurs to me that I'm in a similar situation with Abigail. Although our friendship is nothing like Morgan and Tara's, it's also time-limited. That thought hurts. More than I expected it to. I wish there was some way she could come back with us. I wonder how difficult it is to smuggle a ghost internationally. That's the kind of problem Tara would be great at solving, if she was around. In fact, I wonder if maybe I should take this opportunity to try to mend things with her. Assuming Abigail was okay with it, I could take Tara to meet her. While not quite as dramatic as the forest spirit, having a genuine ghost on film would still be a huge win for the show. It's a little funny to me that an actual ghost is mundane compared to what else we've seen. I'm not entirely convinced on the idea. There's still some appeal to keeping the news to myself. At least a little bit longer. Knock on the front door interrupts my TV watching. Coming! I undo the latch and come face to face with Evelyn again. Good afternoon. Hi there. My previous encounter with her, on the way back from the church, flashes through my mind and sets me on edge. There's a man I don't recognize with her too, adding to my unease. We heard there was an issue with the heater, so we've come to fix it. Don't want you freezing to death out there. Her demeanor is a 180 from last time. I wonder which of them let her know. Maybe Tara mentioned it earlier today? Oh, thanks. That'll be a big help. Aren't you going to let us in? I realize that I'm blocking the doorway and step back to make room. It's technically her cabin. I don't really have a right to say no. Yeah, sorry. The guy with her brushes past me and heads to the heater, getting right to work. Meanwhile, Evelyn and I both sit down in the living room. I stare at the floor, hoping that she'll start the conversation, but she seems content to look around the room, admiring the decorating. When she clears her throat, I flinch. I'm very sorry for the discomfort it must have caused. Even a single night without the warmth can be most unpleasant. She stares at me intently, like she's hoping for me to catch some hidden meaning. Whatever it is lost on me. It's fine. It was just one night. Thanks for taking care of it so fast. Of course. Are you the only one home today? Yeah, Tara's out. I can't imagine that Evelyn doesn't know about her and Morgan. Or at least that the two of them have been spending so much time together. She and Morgan live in the same house, after all. But Evelyn's eyebrows raise. Is she now? My daughter said your friend was here. She wouldn't be foolish enough to venture into the woods on her own, would she? The weather's looking quite dire. My mouth goes dry. Even Tara wouldn't be that reckless, right? I don't think so. Good. Only a fool would go out in this. As if on cue, a heavy gust of wind blows, making the whole cabin creak. Through the window, I can see the snowfall has already gotten heavier. Thick, heavy flakes mask the glass and obscure the view outside. The workman finishes up and moves closer to the couch. He still hasn't said a word since he arrived. Seems we're finished here. Do take care, Madison. And don't hesitate to call if you need some help with anything else. Will do. Thanks. The two of them leave as abruptly as Morgan always does. The moment the door shuts behind them, I leap up and head for the landline phone. I don't know what that was about at all, but it's obvious there's something more going on than I'm aware of. Something sinister. There's a small scrap of paper jammed underneath the phone, with Morgan's phone number scribbled on it. I dial and wait, praying that the weather won't render the phone useless. It rings and rings and rings, but doesn't pick up. Eventually, it goes to a generic voicemail message delivered in an automated voice. Damn it! I slam the phone back to reset it and then dial again. Please, please, please. If she's not there, if she's not with Morgan, then I don't know what I'll do. I don't know where else she could be. On the third ring, the phone clicks as someone answers. It's garbled and hard to hear her, likely because of the storm. Morgan? The person on the other line says something unintelligible. Hello?
Maddie?
It's just barely clear enough for me to hear my name. Yeah, it's me. Hey, listen, is Tara with you? There's another pause and some staticky noise, then a beep as the line goes dead. Frantically, I hit the redial button. This time she picks up on the first ring. Hey, it's me. Is Tara with you? There's a noise, but I can't tell if it's her answering me or just interference. Sorry, what? Again, the only response is garbled nonsense. I try to talk to her several more times, but nothing is intelligible. I don't know if she can hear me. The call drops again, and this time I don't bother calling back. I could try to send her an email, but it'll take forever before the web page loads enough for me to do that. I try to make myself calm down. Logically, she's got to be with Morgan. There's nowhere else she'd go. Evelyn must have missed her somehow. I go to one of the windows, using my sleeve to brush away the fog that veils the glass. It's already a blizzard out there. Snowing harder than anything I've ever witnessed. That's when I see her. A flash of red hair, over by the tree line. Tara. She's just standing there? When she notices me, she waves. What the hell is wrong with her? I pound on the glass, pointing downwards to indicate that she should come in. Come inside, you moron! What are you doing? I know she can't hear me, but she keeps waving. Then she turns and walks into the forest. What the hell? She's lost it. She's absolutely lost it. I fight against the wind just to open the door. Tara! My voice is swallowed up by the wind. There's no way she could hear me. I try to yell again, but the cold stings my throat. Is this some kind of joke to her? It's a terrible one if so. Stepping out the front door, I can barely see her amongst the trees and swirling snow. She's just standing there waiting for me. I linger, not sure what to do. I can't just leave her there, but going out in this would be asinine. She waves again, more urgently. She clearly wants me to follow her. Maybe she needs my help. Maybe someone's injured. Still, the storm. Every second I'm out here, the cold seeps a little bit further into me. I need to decide. I clench my fists. If nothing else, I know that Tara would come for me. Bracing myself, I start walking towards her. It's nearly impossible. Just keeping my balance and remaining upright is a chore. Every step I take feels like a battle against nature. Slowly, though, I do it. Once she sees that I'm following her, she starts walking again. I wish she'd wait for me to catch up, so she could at least tell me what's going on. When I cross the tree line, the wind gets noticeably better, although the cold is no less bitter. Tara doesn't seem fazed. She's still forging ahead, always in the distance no matter how fast I go. Close enough to see, but not close enough to hear. After a few more minutes, I finally start to inch closer to her. I can't feel my hands or my feet, and my teeth won't stop chattering. I need to stop her now. Tara! My mouth is shaking too much for me to form any sort of coherent phrases. If I wasn't already genuinely scared, I am now. Then without warning, Tara stops. She stands completely still, back towards me. I do my best to push forward, finally making my way to her. Tara, we have to... I give up on words, instead reaching out towards her. My fingers are numb and heavy. Before I can touch her shoulder, though, she turns around, and my blood runs as icy as my skin. Her face is completely smooth and featureless, like a mannequin. Her clothes, her hair, everything else are a perfect replica, but her face is an empty void. This isn't Tara. This isn't even human. The sharp taste of bile rises in my throat as I stumble back. As I stare in horror, she begins to flicker like a light bulb going out. No. No. This isn't real. This can't be real. This can't be happening. Still flickering, the thing begins to move. Its shoulders start to shake as it rocks back and forth, tilting its head back slightly. It doesn't make a sound, but its intention is clear. It's laughing at me. I fall backwards, hands scrambling through the snow that I can no longer feel. I scuttle away from it as best as I can, though it doesn't even try following me. It just rocks, celebrating its triumph over me. My shoulder smashes into something hard, sending a stinging pain through me. It's a tree. I try to stand up, but I've lost all sensation in my legs. My fingers scrabble desperately, uselessly at the hard earth and slick bark, but I can't find any purchase. I try to stand, and my feet slide from beneath me as I crash back to the ground. Each effort is harder than the last. I try several more times to stand, but I can't. Exhausted, I lie there, cheek pressed against the frigid ground. I can't even feel it. My face burns as it's buffeted with more and more snow. My thoughts ragged. I know how hypothermia works, how fast it can set in, surprisingly quickly, I'd once read. My body temperature only needs to drop a couple degrees to start shutting down. I can't muster the effort to move. The fake Tara is gone now. The space it occupied is empty. I'm alone. I'm going to die. This is the end. There is no after this. I've reached the end of my life. Snow accumulates over my body. What parts I can feel burn. I'm grateful for those that I can't. My breath is barely even a wisp of vapor. I try to tell myself that I'm wrong. Someone will find me. I can't die out here. I'm not some mountain adventurer. I'm not the kind of person this happens to. I can't freeze to death. I can't. But I'm going to. What about Tara and BT and my family? I can't just leave them all behind because I ran too far into the woods. That's just not how this works. I try to push myself back up, but I can't move my arms. I can't move anything. I'm sure that if my body allowed me to, I'd be crying. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. My consciousness fades. A piercing light that should be unpleasant but isn't shines in front of me. I will my body to reach for it, but I can't. Then I understand. It isn't meant for my hands to touch. I let go of it all, giving myself up. But then, a sound. Imperceptibly loud, deafeningly quiet. Something vibrant and full of life fills my tired eyes. It blocks the light. And then an angel appears.